Hello, everyone. Welcome to Talks with Lakeisha. I am your host, Dr. Lakeisha James. Now, to all of my women, we know appearance is everything. Now, I got to make sure my fashion is right before I leave to step out, right? To get my day started. So, today, my guest is Delisa Garner. She is a known fashion designer. She is the owner of ReBirth by Delisa. Welcome to Talks with Lakeisha. Delisa, how are you doing today?
Thank you. Thank you. I'm doing good. And I just want to thank you for having me on today. And I'm just excited to talk to you and everyone that's listening.
Yes. Well, I had to bring you on because you're a fashion designer. As women, we like to listen. Fashion,
That's right.
appearance, image is everything.
It's a huge topic. Yes, it is.
Absolutely. Now,
For
we
sure.
did, I know I had mentioned this a couple of weeks ago because we did another segment for the I Am Enough Empowerment Expo. I did
Yeah.
mention that one of my good friends introduced us, and like I told you, she always say, Delisa this, Delisa that, Delisa this, Delisa that. I said, I need to meet Delisa because she's like a fantastic person. So I'm really excited about our conversation today.
Yes, and I'm glad to meet you too. I think you're very exciting and
Well,
you're doing
thank
a great
you.
job. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So my first question to you is, how did fashion begin for you? Were you one of those little girls that dress your dolls up in different patterns and newspapers and things like that to know that
I
you,
definitely was.
I knew it.
I made clothes for my dolls, and then I had a lot of brothers, so I started
Oh,
making them shirts and vests and stuff. Everything that was simple. I started doing pillows, and it was just a fascination for me. And so then my mom eventually got me that sewing machine because I was doing stuff by hand.
mm,
Got me that sewing machine, and I just took off from there.
I love it. And that's how it started, that sewing
Mm,
machine, being the
yeah,
seamstress.
that's
You know
right.
what? I think when I was young, I think I had one too, but it just wasn't in me to make clothes. Of course, I
Okay.
love looking good, but making clothes and learning how to, the measure and the measure of the arm and the pants leg, it just wasn't my thing.
Yeah, and some people say it's too tedious and just,
Seemed like it.
takes too much patience to get from the
Mm-hmm.
beginning to the finished product. So, but we all have our own gifts and, from God and our unique capabilities. So that's just something special about us all. We all have
Absolutely. We
some gift
all.
somewhere.
Yes, absolutely. So tell me, how did the rebirth by Delisa, how was that birth?
Well, it began with Delisa Designs. That's what most people are familiar with. And that was ladies' wear, men's wear, and children's wear. But that was, like I said, it was something like a hobby for me, something I
Mhm.
was just doing in the beginning. My 9 to 5 was basically working with children. I got my CDA, Child Development Association. So I worked at the YMCA for years and years.
Ooh,
Um, yeah, with the youth. So that was my 9 to 5. But what I loved, my passion was sewing and designing clothes. So then I said, well, why don't I just add them both together?
why
You know,
not?
why
Mm-hmm.
not mix my passion with my, love for what I'm doing? And so I started from there doing youth
Mm-hmm.
clothing. And so, and not to make it like fashion is vain or anything, but I also want to implement mentoring with the youth and teaching them how to sew and things like that as well. So it all kind of goes together.
I love that. I love that. I think, like you said, our youth, they're important. They're our future. Not even our future, they're our present. They're like right now.
That's right, not just our future.
Yes, I love
Yeah,
that. I love that. The
yeah.
fashion, I love it. Now, why do you implement a hint of African print in your design? I think that is really unique.
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to kind of add a little culture to it. And it's
Mhm.
like I do urban wear, but then I just want to remind the youth that, you come from a powerful background, a bold background. So it's
Mhm.
like a bold background and a bright future.
I love
So,
that.
yeah, That's pretty much. And like a lot of the African attire is like the top, the skirt,
Mm-hmm.
the hair, where everything is African, which that's like a bit much,
Mm-hmm.
for some of us. So just to have the regular urban wear and then to trim it with some African print. And if you go to the website, you would kind of see what I mean. It's rebirth by Delisa.com.
I love it.
Mhm.
I love it. And, that's always the saying, if you don't know where you came from, you don't know where you're going. I mean, that's our roots, that's our foundation.
Exactly. Exactly. So we want to implement that and let people know that we are aware of who we are.
I love it. I love it. Now, I know we discussed when you were growing up, you used to dress your dolls up in patterns and different things like that. Now, was that your first choice for a profession, or was it something else you think?
Well, like I said, I went into the CDA
Hmm.
and working with the youth.
Okay, so you're gonna do that as a profession. Okay, that was your
Yeah, that
okay.
was my profession, and it was just not too long ago. I the thought came to me to put them both together. So work with the youth and design clothes, and
And design clothes. I
and
love
get
it.
them into the modeling.
Mhm.
And the main thing I want them to know is that they don't have to be trashy in order to be classy. So
Listen, I
okay, so
I see some young people like what? Like really? And
yeah,
it's interesting because when we were growing up, it's like okay, it had the bell bottoms, the tight legs, the little funky print, and it's coming back around like a full circle. And I remember
yeah,
my mom sharing that with me when I was young. Like, oh, it's gonna come back. Oh, like this never
yeah.
gonna like it. It's like, oh, this is pretty cool. I will wear that.
And then the gauchos, we call them
Yes.
gauchos. They
Mhm.
just put a different name on it, but
That's
the
it.
same fashion and come back around, come back around. So they say it's nothing new under the sun. So I guess
Listen, that's another phrase. Nothing new under the sun. Everything repeats itself. Yes,
yes.
absolutely. Now, what type of designs do you just specialize in?
Um, youth wear and like I said, urban, like everyday sportswear.
Hmm.
But for the upcoming expo that'll be given by Wanda D. Hollis, and
Yes.
I'm working with you as well and others that are so beautiful. So I've met some beautiful people. But for the expo, I have a new line coming out and I'm calling it the goddess line. So it's kind of like it'll put you in the mind of the Egyptian wear, and I'm implementing it in, and it's so beautiful,
Mm.
and it's like you can be magical and mystical, and you don't have to just be, just totally revealing, but
Right.
I'm not saying you have to be covered from like, like a nun. You don't have to be a nun, but just beautiful, beautiful
Hmm.
fabrics, and you'll still be considered sexy. I'm telling you. So
Listen, you can
that's
still be sick. Absolutely, you can still be sexy in some jeans and a t-shirt.
isn't that the truth?
Listen,
That
I put my heels on and dress it up. Listen, like I said,
okay.
images, everything. But back to the Egyptian wear. Now, I am going to Egypt in October to November, and it's like
Oh,
I'm so excited
wow.
about it. It's like that Egyptian wear. I got listen. You and I need to talk. I need something
Yeah.
Egyptian. I need
Oh,
something
wow.
Egyptian.
That's exciting.
Yes, I'm so excited about that. Ah,
Yeah,
you
I
just
will
made
be
my heartbeat.
happy.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
I'm
goodness.
so happy.
Absolutely. Now, besides Atlanta, what other locations have your designs been featured?
Well, mainly Los Angeles.
Oh,
I lived there for years and we did several fashion shows. But at that time, I was doing more lingerie. Well, I won't say lingerie. It was like loungewear, things to wear around
loungewear.
the
Okay.
house, and the moo and the other type, you know, silky loungewear. And it was beautiful and it took off and it was fun to make beautiful fabric and things. So then I got out of that. But besides Atlanta, it would be Los Angeles.
Now, how long you been doing this, Delisa? How long you been designing?
Um, well, you haven't asked my age, so we won't go
You know,
there.
we don't do that. You're still beautiful. Listen, like they say, black don't crack. Listen,
Okay.
you look good.
Thank you so much. But yeah, it's been many years I've been into the sewing and
Wow.
designing. Yes.
Many years. You guys heard that she said many years. She's not going to tell you exactly the number, but she's been doing this for many years.
Many years.
I love it. I love it. So as you said, we are, we're a part of the I Am Enough Expo, Empowerment Expo, working as
Hmm.
a team. Can you give us
Yeah.
just a little hint of what we're going to see? Now, mind you guys, we're doing this talk show. We're still like soliciting for you guys to come out to the event. So we're going to see
Please.
exactly what she's going to give us. Just a little hint, not too much. We definitely want you guys to come out. Tickets are still on sale. They are actually selling fast. So just a little hint, Delisa. What can we look for?
I want the people to be put in the mind of the kings and queens
Hmm.
of Africa, and I want the background to display pyramids, the Sphinx, and those type of things. The giraffes, elephants, and lions, and those type of things, and the queens of Africa. I want to put people in the mind of that. But at the same time, I want the designs to be something that we can wear, but it just kind of subconsciously gives the people that, the thought of queenliness,
Mm,
royalty.
royalty.
Well,
I love it. I love it. And this is going to be something for the kids because I know my daughter should be in that fashion show that you're going to be facilitating as well. So that's going to be
yeah,
exciting to see.
it is. And I have to get with you very soon for her to, give me her measurements and all.
Yes, I cannot wait to see our baby just. And she used to model when she was younger too. So listen, she's like, "Mommy, I want to get back into modeling." I said, "Okay."
Oh, so this will be perfect. This
Yes. So
will be
she knows the industry, and yeah, we're so there for it. Oh, so excited.
perfect. Me too. I'm excited.
So excited. Now, I know I was sharing with you that I want an outfit for Egypt, but typically, depending on how, I guess, when a potential client, or it could be an existing client, comes up to you and say, "Hey, I want a dress and I need it done within 2 weeks." What is usually the timeline? It just depends on the dress, the look of the dress, the fabric,
It does. It depends on the details. I
the
mean, it could be
details.
something
That's
very
the word I was
simple.
looking for. Details,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, it could be something very simple, or they'll come to me with something very detailed, like a lot of pockets, a lot of zippers,
Yeah.
just, yeah. And like you mentioned, fabric too. If the fabric has a lot of sequence in it, or something that takes time, that won't go through my machine, so I have to do it by hand. And so it does, yeah, it does take but I would say the average dress I could do in a couple days
Okay.
to
That's pretty quick. Okay.
uh,
And how long had this taken you for the longest to make? Can you remember? Has it been like more than 2 days? Like something like
yeah,
very detailed, like you said, with the pockets or the zippers or some kind of outlandish fabric that you
uh,
had to go by?
exactly. And now if somebody comes to me with a picture and say, I
Mhm.
want you to make this, that's going to take longer because I have to draft the
Oh,
pattern. So
yes.
that's designing in the true sense.
And that's
Now,
more money too.
yes, it is. Well, yeah. I'm sorry, but yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but if they have a pattern and they say, I want you to make, that's much quicker and simpler because the pattern is already there. Or if it's something that is really fitted, so I
Hmm.
have to get their every measurement so that it'll be fitted. But if it's
Hmm.
something that's loose fitting and flowing, one size fits all, that is something quicker as well.
Absolutely. Have you ever had made a design, well, actually create a design that it was off? Maybe the client had gained weight. Or it was
Yes,
just your
yeah.
measurements was off a little bit. Has that ever happened? I know life happens and things just sometimes we just have off days. I know I do. But have you ever
It's
experienced a time like that?
it's so funny you would mention that because I did have a client and she didn't know she was pregnant and I didn't know she was pregnant. And I started out, and then she came back, and it was fitting kind of tight. She came
Mhm.
back for the fitting, so I had to try to let it out. Then she came back for the next fitting, and I couldn't let it out anymore because seams are only like 5/8. So
Absolutely.
I had to start over, and then come to find out she was pregnant
It was spreading.
and
She didn't even
rapidly
know it.
gaining weight. So
Wow, that is funny. Oh,
yeah.
that's funny. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Delisa, for spending time with me today. And I know you have a lot of designs to get back to, but I do want to get with you about a dress because I want to dress. I've been thinking, I want a dress that speaks Dr. Lakeisha. I haven't quite figured out what that looked like yet, but when I
Yeah,
come across, I want to definitely let you know because I need something that's just me. So many
that's
designs out there and
I
fashion designers, and you just want something just different, unique, not something that everyone can wear.
yes. So what I would do is look at your pictures,
Mhm.
some pictures, of you in different fashions, and I could kind of get an idea what your taste is,
That
and
is
I
genius.
and
That is genius.
kind of go from there. Yeah, but I would love to design something for you to go to Egypt. That's so
Yes.
exciting.
Listen, you just made me happy. You got my big toe jumping on my heel. I'm excited. You could just
Yeah,
look at my fashion and figure out exactly. That
yeah.
is
What you
amazing. So you're
style?
actually living in your purpose and your calling. Like, I don't know who does that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a true fashion designer just by looking.
Yes. And if I can leave with this note for the young people and the youth, it is don't give up on your God given gifts, whatever it is, whether it's fashion, art, painting, singing, uh, any type of musical, whatever it is,
Mm,
if you stick with it, and you might be able to make more money doing your talent, like say you bake, you love to bake, and so you start your own business baking. You might be making more than you would make if you just go get a job at McDonald's, you
yeah.
know. So
Yeah.
that would be my message to the young people. Keep it in mind. Don't give up on what you love, because there's people that do what they love and make big money.
Listen,
So
exactly. Because before I started my event planning service back in 2017, I was doing events prior to that.
really,
The thing is like knowing that's what you're called to do and just going ahead and just doing it, like a leap of faith.
that's right. That's right.
That is
So
it.
you're with me on
Listen,
that.
I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. I enjoyed it.
Love it, me too. Now, remember, we did tell you guys, so we do have an expo coming up May 24th, 2026 in Stockbridge, Georgia. I Am
Yeah.
Enough Empowerment Expo. It's on Eventbrite. Listen, tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. You guys will be in the house with Delisa Garner. She's a fashion designer. Me, I'll be the event coordinator. We have a lot of vendors, sponsors, just people that's going to be networking. So make sure you get you guys tickets, okay? And as you guys know, I am your host, Dr. Lakeisha James of Talks with Lakeisha, where you get real conversations and real information. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.